From your Weather Authority, Chief Meteorologist Wayne Hart.
It's going to get a bit noisy overnight as scattered storms come in from the south. A severe weather threat begins to unfold. And though we've had several severe weather threats already this winter, this one looking a little more significant, especially after daybreak tomorrow, when many of us will be under a higher slight to enhanced threat, which so far this season we haven't been under. It's been just that marginal level 1 risk. So this is going to slowly evolve overnight and then ramp up tomorrow morning through the rest of the morning hours as the cold front comes in from the west. And no surprise that we're going to be dealing with this after we tied the record high of 73 this afternoon, set back in 1954. You know, when it tops 70 in February, we often pay the price with storms, and this is not going to be an exception, unfortunately. 70 to 75 across a good deal of the area this afternoon. Tomorrow will be still very warm, but we'll be in the 60s, and then temperatures do begin to fall off in the afternoon as that cold front sweeps across the area. Live first warning Doppler radar, dry in the immediate tri-state area, but down to the south, you can see the tornado watch now up for West Tennessee, and the storms are now up through the Memphis area. We got a severe storm warning there, a strong storm there right along the Mississippi, pushing up towards the Kentucky-Tennessee line. So these are on schedule to get up into our southern fringe counties shortly after midnight, and eventually up here into the Evansville metro by 1 or 2 a.m. But boy, it's been a nice evening, spring-like, no doubt about it. Skies are partly cloudy. That's the east side of Evansville, downtown, with the temperature now rising a bit at 54. Winds are calm, and temperatures are ranging from 63 at Tell City to 50 in Fairfield. There's a stalled front here across the northern fringe of the tri-state. As that lifts northward overnight, warmer air is going to move in from the south, and temperatures will be rising to around 60 by daybreak tomorrow morning. This system in the process of developing and intensifying right now. 2 areas of storms. This is the cold front that we're going to be dealing with later tomorrow morning. This is the first wave that's going to be coming in with the warmer air overnight. And initially, this is going to be more of a large hail concern. But after 3 a.m., the potential for some damaging wind and maybe even an isolated tornado in our southern counties begins to come into play. Storm Prediction Center has not changed the outlook. It's a marginal level 1 threat until 6 a.m. up to about I-64. That higher slight level 2 gets up to about Sturgis, over to the Dixon area, Calhoun, and down towards the Hartford Beaver Dam area. But all of that expands rapidly to the east-northeast after daybreak. Most of Indiana and Kentucky at least under a slight level 2 threat. The higher enhanced level 3 is east of a line from, well, just east of Madisonville, Calhoun, Owensboro, and Tell City. And that's where there is the greater likelihood of some severe weather later tomorrow morning. So here's an updated future tracker. At midnight, you can see the leading edge of the storms approaching southern fringe of the tri-state. By 3 a.m., we have showers and storms area-wide. Now, I still think at this point, isolated large hail will be the bigger concern, but as that more unstable air comes up from the south, the threat for some damaging wind and an isolated tornado begins to come into play towards 6 a.m., though this wave will be diminishing some for the morning commute. But then the cold front comes in from the west after daybreak. New storms will form along that front. You can see them firing right there at around 8 a.m. And these are going to be the big players during the mid to late morning hours. You can see them really setting up just south and east of Evansville at around 10 a.m. And this is going to be our best chance for more widespread damaging wind and maybe a tornado if these storms really get their act together. They'll continue to intensify as they push off to the east. The line is in our southeastern counties at around noon, and it should clear those counties by about 1 or 2 o'clock, bringing the severe weather threat to an end. And then it turns just very windy in general. Behind that will be in the 60s ahead of the front, falling back into the 50s later in the afternoon, and then things quiet down as we head into Friday. Winter returns with gradual clearing, much colder, highs only in the mid to upper 30s, but still a very nice weekend to look forward to. Temperatures rebounding into the mid 40s on Saturday. So overnight, scattered storms coming up from the south, possibly severe. They'll diminish some by daybreak as temperatures rise through the 50s. More scattered storms tomorrow morning, ending from west to east, late morning, early afternoon, possibly severe, especially in the eastern half of the tri-state, 63 to 69, then turning very windy and cooler in the afternoon. Gradual clearing on Friday, 37, partly cloudy over the weekend, 48 Saturday, 55 Sunday, and then we're back to another unsettled and mild weather pattern for much of next week.
All right, thank you, Wayne.